feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no
Another interview.
Me.
You?
I think me.
Wait.
No.
I mean, if you look at both your careers individually, who's made more money?
I think me.
You?
I think me.
No, I think me for sure. Like, for sure. I mean, I have less overhead and
Yeah.
I made a lot of money. Like, I had OnlyFans before the pandemic, and then the pandemic happened, and I thought my money was going to go down. I was pregnant February 2020, and everything was going up because everyone had those checks to spend at home. And then I did the thing with Jason, and that made millions. And I have like one employee, you know? So I've pocketed a lot more of it.
I agree. I think that there's been times where I was bringing in more money than her, but in terms of just consistency, I mean, her fans and her business is just like...
That first month where I made $35K, I was so afraid to spend $1 because I was like...
That gotta be cap. That gotta be cap. But I always say Adam never be keeping the 100 when it comes to money. Maybe OnlyFans versus YouTube, but like everything that Adam does, minus porn, like come on. I don't know. Like
blown away by how much money it was, and I thought that I had that someone was gonna just take it back.
By the way, why did Adam? Yo, Adam is so petty. Yo, Adam sent me like some of his former employees. Yo, you know the nigga with the who was it back on whatever? They said the nigga made like $7,000 a month, and I'm glad I didn't respond to them niggas. I can't give him a boost. Holy shit. That was bad. Anyway.
Because how could this possibly be real?
It sounded like a joke amount of money.
Yeah, and this is August 2016. Like and, this is almost 10 years later. And every year except for the last, I made more than the year before. And just because the other year was an outlier. But it's been crazy. Like I would not have expected it to be this way.
So how much did you make your best year?
Probably double what I made the year before. And it's many millions.
Multiple millions?
Yeah.
Have you ever hit 10 million in a year?
In 1 year, no.
In 1 year, no. Okay. But still, multiple millions in a year is no joke.
Nah, Adam, you stop playing. Adam, you made 10 in a year.
Yeah.
Especially with no overhead.
No overhead. And before I had a kid, I was just shooting at my house. So it's
I mean, Vlad TV consistently makes millions, but we have a big overhead. We have a dozen employees. We got a New York studio.
Insurance.
We got a bunch of stuff. Salaries, equipment, everything. Appearance fees, everything.
I'm going to be real, a lot of the stuff that we do is kind of a labor of love. Like, me and you both will do an interview that we're not planning on making a huge amount of money off just because we want to have the conversation and we feel like it's good for the brand overall. And, it's like recently I went to New York and I filmed with Bobby Shmurda and did a Mano interview and went to a bunch of different neighborhoods filming videos and stuff. And, she was just coming home from having shot the scene with Jason Love as well as another scene. And we're talking about it and it did kind of stand out.
So there's another scene?
There's another scene with someone else that will be dropping in the near future, yeah.
With a man?
Yep.
Okay.
And he was trying to make me feel bad about going on this trip. He was calling me a floozy, and I was like, "This week is gonna pay for my whole year. How dare you?" And you're going to New York and lose money.
Well, she's like, "You're going to New York. You're trying to break even, right?" I'm like,
it always fucks me up. They're so business partner. You're they have a great business marriage. I like this. Oh, shout out to X.
Yeah, she's like, she's like,
no, and I was like, how dare you? And I had got booked for 2 club appearances right before, so I was like,
well, I'm just fucking around.
I'm like, come on, my work is important too. I pay half of everything.
Yeah,
everything.
I remember I brought this up last time. So you guys actually split your bills, which for a married couple is not very common.
I mean, I feel like every comment I read on that clip of you talking about that was dismayed by you acting like it's so uncommon for people to carry their equal weight in a relationship.
Adam bought me a designer bag for my first birthdays when I was with him, and I was like, whoa, I freaked out. I just don't expect a guy to pay for my life or spend that much money on me. I've always supported myself. I always had a job since I was 15, and I told him, I was like, I'm going to buy a house. I don't know if you want to buy one, but I'm buying one and you can move in. And he was like, no, I'll buy it with you. And that's just kind of where it started from. It was like, I helped him grow up. I moved him into a house. I made
Oh man, shout out to Adam, man. I know he a boss too, man. But yeah, no, different strokes for different folks. Feel me?
his life a little better, little by little, you know, woman's touch. But I also wouldn't want to rely on him because that gives me less options in my life. You know, there's this joke online of women being like, I can't believe they convinced us that this is oppressive. And it's like the man is the provider and the woman stays home. But it's like some men used to be really fucking abusive towards their wives and then they had no choice. Like I would never want to live off of just somebody else. You know, I think that would be really hard for me.
And I think we both kind of envision a future at some point, whether it's 3 years from now or 5 years or 10 years or whatever, but there'll probably be a future where she kind of hangs up the porn thing, not in full, because obviously she'll still have OnlyFans and still probably shoot some photos and content or whatever. But there will probably come a time in which I carry more of the weight of the family as I'm still working and where she just, you know.
Gang, she just stunning on you the whole time, saying she make more money than you. Hell nah, you should tell her to save. Because when you retire, you gonna still have to contribute to half. Gang, what the hell?
You're still going to
Focuses.
make me pay for half of everything.
Well, I'm going to hold on.
And by the way, I can't even shame Adam too, because I be dating some chicks that they don't got a pot to piss in. You know what I mean? So, you know, I can't even like, a chick who's saying she come with that, like, I think that's dope that she's down to pay for half. The only thing is, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I'm not hearing your mouth in the crib like that. Like, it's just not gonna happen. But and also, I know Adam cannot kick her out, but it works for them. Like they have a dope relationship. You know, if you make those choices, let me tell you this. You could tell when someone's soul is burning. I haven't seen Adam's soul burn. Like, I've almost wondered if Adam got a soul. Because there's been times that I'm like, okay, that's where it's going to, like, fuck you up just as a person, where I can see it in your eyes, it hurts you. He don't give a fuck. Adam might be, like, literally Illuminati, bro. Like, the nigga's bragging about 2 scenes. Jason fucked her again, and he's a little bit different, bro. But he not black, so. And actually, let me not even say that, because white dudes really don't do that. I got a lot of white friends. They don't do that. Adam's different.
On to that for as long as possible, yes. But at some point, let's say we have 3 more kids and she's just home dealing with all that, which is for sure a full-time job, and I'm working day in, day out, then maybe that dynamic kind of changes. But
You pay for all. I pay for none.
it's also important to note that, like, you know, we're both doing well for ourselves, so it's not like, you know, we've never had to struggle to pay the bills.
I'm wondering why they do, like, separate, like, why get married? Why get married if you're gonna do like separate everything? Just become a business partner. I guess I have a kid, but I don't know. Like there was a time I used to try to understand their relationship, not out of hate. It was just like I really try to understand it. I don't get it, but shit, people probably have not understood shit I've been in, so it's okay. It's all right. You know, I become a little bit more understanding. I'm like, nigga, as long as it ain't me, right? And even if it's me, I'll be going through my own shit, so fuck it. All right. Vlad interviewing the drug dealers. I like the Judge Mathis shit. What else is going on?